Welcome. We present an ongoing work aimed at understanding the constituent concepts of the practice of sound-driven design by means of a discourse analysis of interviews with sound professionals. The design context we refer to is the one of functional yet pleasant uses of sound, such as in products and environment like the home, car, healthcare, and so on. And in the paper, we discuss a paradigm shift from designing the sound of things to designing interaction with sound to making use of sound issues as proper driver of the design process. However, the problem of designing with sound is about making sense of the so-called semantic gap between our daily meaningful experiences of sound and the encoded physical energy of sound, and it refers more in general to how do people talk about, communicate, and externalize the sonic experience. Our research question is, what do people refer to and mean when they talk about sound? And we interviewed 10 professionals, 3 sound designers, design researchers, expert users from the critical care, and 1 software engineer. The interview script was conceived in order to elicit a discussion on the long-term experience of sound, description of the perceptual experience of sound, and eventually at eliciting creative ideas triggered by the discussion of the 2 previous questions. The transcripts were analyzed by using an automated content analysis tool in order to explore the emerging themes and concepts associated to sound. The tool returned 665 text blocks and 73 concepts across the 4 categories of participants. So what you see in this picture is a 2D heated map of found themes in the colored circles and the concepts included in each theme, where a theme is a cluster of highly connected concepts, which is named after the most ranked concept in the cluster. The position of the 4 categories in red is a coarse indicator of their connectedness and proximity to each theme, and the outer circle in the map represent peripheral theme that I won't discuss now in this presentation, but we are more interested instead at exploring the emerging meanings of the most relevant cluster, that is sound, alarm, and people. So here we provide the highlights resulted from the analysis of the text blocks relative to the concepts mostly co-occurring with the concept of sound. And sound as a concept is interchangeably used by participants to mean the product, function, quality of information, presence of things, subjective responses. Designing sound is not necessarily realizing it, and much of the effort is put into building languages and narratives to guide the user. More interestingly, sound is something to use rather than listening to, which is condensed in the frequent expression by the participant, I use sound too. And sound appears as something inherently systemic, with frequent reflection on how it provides or affects interpersonal communication, social awareness, and well-being, and as a consequence, much of the emphasis is put on the value of dialogue and cooperation between stakeholders. So taken together, the sound cluster aggregates a complex space of embodiments, situated activities, and sonic affordances. The alarm theme provides a picture of the element that potentially populates a sound-driven design context. Of course, here the critical care emerges in the foreground, and systemic pathways become apparent, for instance, regarding non-actionable alarms, patients' awakening protocols, sensing technology, and alarm standards, which are condensed in the quote, "I would like to see alarming systems tailored to movements of the patient." The people theme is less structured and seems rather a collection of opinions especially from sound designers and researchers, and they are particularly concerned with issues of participation and empowerment of the stakeholders in the design process. So, to conclude, the analysis of the interview returned a picture of design practice which is inherently embodied, situated, and participatory in its aim, yet not fully resolved. We propose to main future research direction, that is, externalizing and sharing the tacit knowledge of sound expert in some sound sensitizing form, and at a more fundamental level, developing a design-centered understanding of conceptual representation of nonverbal yet auditory expression.